Well, welcome to the Botanical Medicine Study course with me, Stephanie Georgieff, your host and instructor. Welcome to all long-term subscribers and a shout out to new subscribers, along with my Patreon community. You all make this project worthwhile. As you may know, the channel started a new format in May of 2025, where instead of the popular Herb of the Week, we will be moving that wonderful uh, project to an exclusive Patreon membership benefit for $5 a month and above. So anybody that wants to do that, please, if you still want to continue to enjoy this, please go to Patreon, and the links are in the program notes. In addition to getting Herb of the Month, you will also get a weekly update on botanical medicine research, market analysis, and more. There are links in the program notes on how you can start to receive these wonderful updates. You can also join the study course on Patreon and save over 50% on course content, or you can purchase individual sessions as you please. We will continue on the channel with Herb of the Month and have interesting content on different aspects of botanical medicine. For June on Patreon, we will be exploring the herbs angelica, aniseed, gentian, wormwood, and a Chinese herbal product that does wonders for those men and women dealing with fertility issues. In English, it's called Chinese dodder, or in Latin, it's called Cusca chinensis, but I like the word tutsitsi, which is the Chinese word for it. We'll also be posting weekly lessons on the following plant families during the month of June: cactus, pea, gentian, borage, and carnation families. Each lesson individually is $10 if you order online. If your device, like a phone, sometimes there's a service charge, which I don't get. So take it up with those tech billionaires who seem to need more of our money, even though they're getting incredible tax breaks. But if you become a $20 a month member, you get all of that content as a benefit thank you for your contributions. So without further ado, for the June 2025, the Botanical Medicine Study course Herb of the Month will be fennel, or as the botanists like to call it, Feniculum vulgare. Now, fennel is one of those plants that's been used for thousands of years, both as medicine and as food. Some of us in North America may find the taste a bit odd since it looks like celery, and it comes from the same family actually, but has this licorice taste. The Latin is Feniculum vulgare, and it's a flowering plant species in the carrot family, or as we know, the Apiaceae. And this family, there's a lot of members to it that look similar, so you need to know what you're doing. Fennel is a hardy perennial herb with yellow flowers and feathery leaves, and all of it is delicious. I don't suggest the root, but the stalk, the flowers, the seeds, all of them, and the leaves are very yummy. Now, this plant is indigenous to the shores of the Mediterranean, but has become widely naturalized all over the world. And it's especially prolific on dry soils near the sea coast. Um, it's followed civilization, especially where the Italians have colonized. And that's kind of interesting. It flourishes particularly in limestone soil and is very common in Italian cooking. You know that Italian sausage? What makes it yummy is those fennel seeds that are a wonderful part of the flavor of those savory goodies. Now, if you're wildcrafting this plant, you really need to know what you are doing because it does resemble hemlock, which is that herb that Socrates took to avoid incarceration. And it's also the name of a plant for the society that promotes euthanasia. I'm not advocating that. That's why I'm telling you, you need to know what you're doing. It's a perennial herb. The stem is hollow, erect, It's a little light green and it can grow up to 7 feet tall. The flowers are produced in those wonderful umbels, which in my opinion look like little umbrellas. And each section can have 25 to 50 yellow flowers. The base of the plant forms a firm white-green bulb. And this is the best way to identify the plant. The fronds are these feathery leaves. They resemble dill. If you taste them, they have this anise or licorice flavor. And the seeds are used as a spice and have that very distinct licorice flavor. And as I said, it's a very licorice like tasting plant. Now, the medicinal action is really from pretty much all parts of the plant. The seeds, the leaves, and the roots are used medicinally because it's the Apiaceae carrot parsley family. That wonderful taproot can take a lot of wonderful nutrition and healing aspects. But mostly the seeds and the leaves are used medicinally. It's a carminative, which means it helps with digestion. That's why the Italians put it in their sausage. It has antispasmodic properties, anti-inflammatory. It's also known, I love this herbal term, it's called galactagogue, which is something that helps to enhance the production of breast milk in women who are lactating. So you'll see the seeds in a lot of mother's milk tea recipes. And it's also an aromatic. Fennel was well known to the ancients and was cultivated by the Romans for its aromatic seeds and its edible shoots. And Pliny, that Rome ancient herbalist, had much faith in its medicinal properties. And apparently, if you read his literature, there's about 22 of his formulas that add fennel seeds. Now, it's interesting that the Chinese use the seeds to prevent fish food poisoning. And there are some very interesting studies showing the anti-inflammatory property, saying that fennel seeds, the extract of fennel seeds will relieve osteoarthritic pains. Now, fennel is seeds have been used medicinally with different purgative herbs, which helps tone them down. Purgative herbs like senna or cascara can be quite hard on the digestive system, but if you mix a little fennel in there, it's not as hard. There's a well-known product. It's actually more prevalent in the United Kingdom. It's called gripe water or grip water, and this is used to help infants with colic. Uh, Now, fennel tea is really good to enhance digestion, and it's basically made by putting a cup of boiling hot water on a teaspoonful of fennel seeds that have been crushed. You can also use a syrup made with fennel juice. This was given for chronic coughs. And apparently, the plant is really good for cattle. Uh, Fennel is apparently a plant which is disliked by fleas, and powdered fennel has been used to drive away fleas from kennels and stables. And both of those are not good smelling. So I think fennel would improve the aroma coming. Now, some sources do say that fennel should not be taken in therapeutic doses if you're on any sort of hormone replacement therapy or on birth control. Now, you want to, drink a cup of tea, that's not a problem, but I don't suggest taking copious amounts of either tincture or capsules if you're on any type of medication that involves hormones, female hormones. Now, what are those constituents? Now, the aromatic quality of fennel seeds comes basically from what we call our volatile oils. Um, and there are all kinds of wonderful products, and you can see them in front of you. There are polyphenols and, phytochemicals, all sorts of wonderful things that make it smell wonderful and also work to do all those wonderful medicinal actions. So, how do you take fennel? I personally think it's a good idea to just incorporate fennel into your food. When you go to an Indian restaurant, those little candied seed things, it's actually fennel seeds with a sugar coating. So you can add, a spoonful here and there to a salad or um, your oatmeal, etc. You can also use the leaves in any, way you want, but you can take it in capsule form. You can take it as an essential oil. You can take it as a tincture, and you can also take it as a tea. Now, cooking with fennel is an art. Uh, I find that fennel goes really well with citrus in terms of salad. There is a wonderful restaurant in downtown, Old Town Pasadena, that used to have this wonderful salad that was basically pickled fennel stalks. Um, you can make it into a salad, you can braise it, you can make it into, any type of casserole. It's wonderful any way you can possibly think of to eat a vegetable. So there are links in the program notes on some wonderful recipes. Now, fennel is one of those plants that is pretty ubiquitous in nature. And sometimes it'll be a volunteer in your garden, but you can use it in container gardens. You can sow it directly into the soil. You need to know that it grows quite tall. So put it somewhere where you can have plants that might be up to 6 feet tall. And again, there are links in the program notes on wonderful ideas on how to plant and grow fennel. So, however you want to put this marvelous plant into your life, either through gardening or cooking or using it therapeutically, I hope you come to appreciate what an incredible gift fennel is from nature. This is Stephanie Georgia saying make sure to check out the links in the program notes. And until next time, be well.